to episode 14 of Summer of Stylite. So we're basically at the end of August. This is my birthday weekend. Hello! Yes, I am an end of August, end of summer Virgo baby. Welcome to all the Virgo peeps out there. Yeah, so God, week 14, I can't believe it. And I'm so grateful to you guys for being here for the journey. This is the last song. I can't believe it. Next episode, I should say next week, which is kind of the official end of summer. The timing is perfect with Labor Day weekend, Labor Day holiday in the States. I'm gonna give you guys a sampling of 80s songs that I've done synth covers of, and I would just love to get your input as to what do you think I should include in the album. That would make 14 total songs in the album, and 13, like, I'm a little superstitious. I don't want to just have 13 songs on the album, so I thought it would be cool to just have a 14th synth 80s song cover to sort of to emblemize my love of the 80s and just have a sort of a perfect ending to the album. So yeah, 3 songs that I've covered so far, and who knows, maybe it'll be like, no, these all suck, we should do another 80s song cover. But I kind of dig the 3 that I have already, and you may have already heard them. They're kind of out in the world right now, not officially released, but on YouTube and on Instagram, etc., etc. So yeah, next week I'm gonna love to get your input about that. So this last song is called White Hot City, and this is also kind of like an homage to all the sort of like big 80s songs. So I was thinking of like Less Than Zero or Miami Vice, just big sort of 80s, big city, Bright Lights, Big City, that's another one. Kind of with that song, yeah, like this song kind of, it's not necessarily about the plot, but just that kind of idea, that big 80s, big neon city, that sort of like monochromatic, neon, black and white sort of color scheme type of thing. So yeah, just I had a lot of color ideas, and like I said, sort of it's almost like what we see in like vaporwave and chillwave graphics these days, when you see all like the city lights and neon, and it's just sort of this endless animation, or the like neon Trans Am with like 80s chillwave going on. I am digging the fact, by the way, that like there's so many. I just listened to Sam Sparrow's album this weekend that he just released, 2020, and I swear to God, it sounds like this total throwback. It's incredible. He must have gotten, I have to do my research, but he must have gotten like the same producers that worked on, I mean, it just sounds so genuine, you know, so check it out if you haven't gotten a chance to already. It's really good, Sam Sparrow. Anyway, I'm not gonna plug anyone else's music here. Back to my music. So anyway, White Hot City, it's a really fun, very, again, this sort of like really dramatic 80s vibe to it. I originally had a different verse. What I should say, and if I haven't said it already, you'll already recognize it because I use the intro as the intro to all these episodes of Summer of Stylite. So you've already heard it, but I'm going to basically play more of the gist of the song for you guys today. So originally I had a different verse going on for this, and basically it was this idea of big chorus, big drums, and then like quiet verse and this sort of building. But it doesn't feel right anymore. It felt like it was too much of a contrast, and you want to like keep the beat going, you know what I mean? So I changed the verse to include the beat, you know, the heavy duty beats from the chorus, so we can sort of like keep it pumping and also keep it building up once again to that chorus. And I also, the other thing that I've done, well, so I'll let you listen to the original chorus. The original verse. Days go by, all I want, nights of you. I really like this idea with the verses of, and I don't know where I got this from. I know it's some 80s. It could be like a little Blondie from Rapture, you know, when she does the rap, the white girl rap. But I had this idea of almost like, not a call and response, but almost just sort of like this, it's like, here's the ingenue, and she's all like, oh, you know, here I am, and I'm so distraught and so dramatic. And then it's like the whispering Greek chorus, which again, I just sort of imagine like the Robert Palmer girls sort of whispering to each other, like, don't be shy. She's got the stare. She's got the look. So I like to incorporate that as well. And like I said, that just sort of like came to me. And I know, I'm sure there's other 80s songs like that. I just can't think of them at the moment. But I did like sort of this like undercurrent of the Greek chorus, like whispering while this ingenue is like singing and being all dramatic about being lonely in the city. That's the whole idea of the song, is like the white hot city, and there's so much happening, and there's so much bright lights, big city, and so much going on, but it can really truly be, as all of us probably know, like a very lonely place. It can sometimes feel even more lonely because there's so many people, but you can't connect to anyone. You feel really isolated. So that's what this song is about. Again, I just think of it as sort of like an homage to those big bright lights, big cities 80s songs, but also to the kind of the 80s homage that's happening today. So like Dua Lipa and The Weeknd, and like I said, Sam Sparrow, and Carly Rae Jepsen's another one who I really dig. Emotion came out 5 years ago. She was way ahead of the curve, but just loving this sort of like reemergence of what people call like 80s future nostalgia. So again, this is sort of along those lines, that I definitely have an 80s feel for it, but I also understand that it's again a modern 2020 song, so, or at least it feels like it. So okay, so I'm going to just, without further ado, play the verse and the chorus for you. Notice too, like, again, this just feels instinctively like what an old time studio, like what they would call like 12-inch extended version, which of course had to do with records, but the idea that the chorus has more room to breathe before the vocals kick in, and again, it just like, it's just feeling it, right? You're just feeling it, and then the White Hot City, and again, it doesn't, it's very simplistic. There isn't like, all I keep saying is White Hot City over and over. It's not, you know, it's nothing very descriptive. I just dig this sort of, you know, White Hot City. So anyway, a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to just have this be the last song for the Summer of Stylite series. Again, I don't know where the hell it's going to go on the album itself, in what order, but I'm really happy to end kind of on this like fun, upbeat, melodramatic song. So I hope you like it. And I guess I would just say that it's been very enjoyable. I know I've shown you a little dirty laundry over the weeks of summer, but I'm just so grateful that you guys have been along for the ride. It's been so much fun, and again, I am so grateful because you kept me honest, you kept me accountable, and just shout out to all y'all that have been liking and commenting and listening to the new songs. And I think after this, we'll talk about it more next episode, but I think after this I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and really start doing some live streaming. So that will be the next frontier, is some live streaming. But anyway, you guys, so grateful for you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, be well, be healthy, enjoy yourself. Sending lots of love, and I will see you next time on Summer of Stylite.